Hey, good morning, my construction entrepreneurs. And I've been on a roll with these videos, acting like a true vlogger or a person that's kind of uploading frequently. Um, just getting into a different space. It seems like trying to continue to post and provide valuable content. Based on my real life experiences out here as a construction entrepreneur. I'm out here, no joke. I'm not working a 9 to 5. I'm not doing this part time. I'm out here developing, a few partnerships that I'm involved in, a few construction companies I'm involved in, doing various things like concrete, interior works. And possibly looking to get back into public works, but we'll see. Definitely trying to work on contracts to get back into it, and I talked about the importance of having annual contracts, how important that is, and why you should have it as a contractor. But in this video, what I wanted to touch on. Oh, by the way, for you ones that are new here, I'm Tyrone Jones, owner, director, founder of the Construction Entrepreneur School and Services. This is the platform I do the videos on. It's under my school, where we help individuals get the contractor's license and start and run their construction business. Information and links are below in the description, so make sure you check that out. All right, so this video is for all my contractors out there that's just small, kind of doing the work on your own, maybe hire 1 or 2 guys here and there, but just basically kind of small and doing things on your own. Right now, as everyone knows, right now it is booming. This work is all over the place, right? I mean, it's coming from all over. I mean, I got so many jobs myself. I'm even seeing it. It's not difficult at all, right? It's pretty easy to get this work and to really make a living right now. Now, what I want you guys to think about is that we can't forget about 2008, 2009, 2010. Right? We can't forget about those times there. So we have to remember those times so we can position ourselves in a better position for when those times come back up. I'm not an expert. I don't know when those times are coming. I can tell you this. During that time, I was super busy. I was super busy 2007, 2008. Doing a lot of work on my own, and doing a lot of work with another contractor that I was kind of working the 9 to 5 for, right? And you guys heard my story, which was the same contractor I partnered up with years later, a few years from that time, when things kind of came back up in 2011. I kind of partnered up with him. It's a crazy story. But anyway, during that time, I stayed busy all the way into 2009. So I really didn't realize what we was really going through. And I was kind of cocky too. I was like, oh yeah, only the top guys like myself would never run out of work. Like, I was just like, yeah, you just got it. I was like, yeah, the guys that are not top guys, that's the ones that's running out of work. And that was just arrogant, just cocky with it, But when it did slow down and it finally hit me, oh my gosh, depression hit me so hard. I literally got out of construction for like 2 years. Like, I was so depressed. Like, at that time in 2009, when things finally hit me and I ran out of work and then was trying to scramble and find a way to get on unemployment. Like, how do I get unemployment? Where is it at? Like, never been on unemployment before, but that was like the only income I was able to have come in during that time. During that time, if you was to just give me a job, I would not have taken it. I was just so depressed, wasn't answering my phone. You know, I could not get into the mode I needed to be in to find jobs to keep me going. You know, plus I wasn't even all the way legit during that time. You know, like I had workers' comp, but wasn't using workers' comp. Like I had insurance, general liability, had auto, just to get the jobs I was on, but was not fully taking care of my obligations legally as a contractor. I was not doing that. So all that combined with what was going on, just didn't know how to adjust during those times. So I'm aggressively putting myself and my company in a position to where we're going to survive during this next downturn. Right? Now, what does that look like for us? Right? Now, for some of you smaller contractors, it may look like for you is to start positioning yourself to start owning all your equipment, right? Because there was still work going on during that time, right? I just didn't have the motivation to find it, to bid on it, to learn how to double down on my price, understand my bare costs and what is the minimum I'm willing to ask for to keep things going, you know? So there's always still work going, okay? There's always still public works jobs going, annual contracts going. So you know, flooring contractors, let's say flooring contractors, right? Hard flooring services contractors, carpet contractors, floor installation contractors, concrete flooring contractors. You know, those companies might want to look at too, how do you own all your equipment, right? Owning your equipment puts you into a better advantage when the market is tight. Why? Because someone like me that's not into that market, that want to just capture as much work as I can, I may have to go rent that equipment versus you owning that equipment and actually only charging a third of a rental cost to the jobs that I'm bidding on, that you're going after as well. So you're having a savings right there because you own the equipment. And that's one of the advantages of owning the equipment, outright owning the equipment, is that you're able to bring down you know, whatever that rental rate, that market rental rate is for that equipment, you can bring that down to a third of a cost. So you can still make money on that equipment, but you can definitely cut that cost down and make your price look a little bit better during downturns, right? During when the economy gets a little tight, a little tough, right? So you may want to look at that. Also too, remember, I always talk about this. Look at contracts. I love public works. I love public works. Public works, you can look at annual contracts. They come out all the time. Where do you find annual public works contracts? Sometimes you have to bite the bullet and go on a subscription with Planet Bids, eBid board, right? I don't know if those websites or those online services are nationwide, but I know they're here in California, right? I used to pick all my jobs from eBid board, public works jobs, and you'll see annual jobs come up. If not, if you don't have eBid board, or if you don't want to pay for eBid board, then put in the work and actually sign up for each city. Okay, go to each city and sign up on their website so you're notified every time a job posting with your trades come up. Okay, like I still get postings from Chino, I get postings from Riverside, I get postings from Pomona. So every time that city has a job come up, I get notified like, hey, are you interested in bidding on this project? You know, and I look into it and get into it. Sometimes on those notifications, those solicitations, you'll find annual contracts. Annual contracts are coming up. Now, depending on what type of annual contract it is, you might have to gear up a different way. Like right now, I'm looking at getting into some annual contracts on the public works side as a GC. And it's going to require me, if I'm able to get in and kind of use my contacts, then I'm looks like I'm going to have to get an office. A lot of times when you get those annual contracts, they want you to have an office within that city or that area. So that's what I'm looking at. But I'm trying to, definitely get more contracts on the board. You guys see I have the apartment contracts. I'm thinking those apartments will do well because apartments do well in downturn in economies. I mean, look at our boy Grant Cardone, right? With him in the apartment sector, that's where people go when they, when things, get tight, people lose their homes, they have to stay somewhere. So they jump back to to getting an apartment, cheaper living, right? Let's kind of downsize here. So I'm thinking that contract that I have there, which I have another year, I believe I have another year on. I've been trying to get totals so I can see exactly what is left. But I believe I have another year on that, and then I think they have another contract coming up in Laguna Niguel. So we'll see if I can get on that, but I'm not sure. But that's one of the things I'm trying to do is position ourselves to have an annual contract with some cities that we can constantly have that work year round, and when the economy makes a downturn as a construction business, and then looking and getting into other areas as well, right? I think every area will be affected, once this economy makes a downturn. But having a little bit in, a lot of these areas that will be affected, I think I will be a little bit better off than I was the last time I did nothing, right? So I am preparing mentally for the downturn, because last time I was just totally depressed. So, you may want to look at preparing mentally for this too, right? You can save as much money as you want, but saving money when you're not saving money for a time that you're just going to be spending money and not making money really is not going to do us any good. So what are you going to do if the economy turns upside down? Right? What are you going to do? Are you in a better position? What are you going to do if it turns upside down in 6 months? Right? Do you lose everything you've been building up so far? Is everything gone? Will you panic and crawl underneath the rock? Huh? Will you have to move out your home or get evicted from your home and move your family into an apartment and downsize? Will you still be motivated like you are now and going out here scrapping for this work? Will you? Let me know. What would you do? How would you position yourself to make sure that your company survives during the next downturn? In this construction industry, the construction industry got hit hard, very hard. Projects stopped. It was crazy. Even I remember SoCal Gas slowed down with work because there was no new construction going on, right? No new gas lines being put in. We had a lot of service calls, so we had to slim up our crews, right? Still had work, but we just didn't have any new work from new apartments or new complexes going up. So everyone is affected, but remember, we got to think about how to put ourselves in a better position, because it's going to happen again, right? It's going to happen again, and it's probably going to happen a lot sooner than we think. So, position your company, put yourself in a better position, invest, right? we making all this money right now, but we gotta look at where we need to invest our money to help yield a return for us with where we don't have to work with our hands. What can you invest in, right? Throw $2,000 at, $5,000 at, $10,000 at, to where you can start making a return on that, where you don't have to go out and work with your hands like you're doing in the construction trade. What is available? Be resourceful. What is around you, right? Who's doing what around you? You know, maybe you need to ask a family member, right? What are you involved into? How can I pitch in on that, and what are the risks? Because I need to diversify a little bit more, so where I'm not stuck and my family not stuck when this thing does get tight, because it's going to get tight. So I'm looking at my ultimate goal is to get into apartments. You know, get into owning apartments. That's my ultimate goal. That's where I want to be at. You know, we'll see when I'll get there. We'll see how many folks I can bring there once I'm able to step my foot in that threshold, because I'm gonna blow that bad boy open when I get a chance. But that's my ultimate goal. Of course, I got other goals along the way that I wanna hit with these companies, but that's where I need to get. You know, definitely put me in a different direction and in a different growth pattern, and that's what I want to see for myself, for my family, and my friends. So let me know what are your plans for when this thing turns upside down. How do you think you're going to survive? How do you think you're going to be? You think you're going to lose everything? If it was to happen in 6 months, let me know. Post the comments. Let's open this thing up, because this is serious. It's very serious. And then let's talk about what we can do. You know, maybe you guys got some ideas that I can get involved into that I'm not quite seeing or I don't know about. You know, I know someone told me about a buddy of mine told me about that cage number with federal projects, right? Being able to go to multiple states and do work. You know, is that the way to go, right? So I know definitely getting into insurance work is a way to stay busy. I'm already making moves for that, and that keeps me in the construction industry, right? So doing fire and water, staying with those fire and water mitigation companies, right? That's another way, like, because no matter what, I don't care how the economy turns upside down, you're not going to break the insurance companies. They're still there. No matter what, they're not being broken, and they're still collecting. So if something happens to a house and that house is insured, they're going to get the work done, and I'm going to be there to do the work. So I'm definitely positioning myself for that opportunity, as well as annual contract work. That's the few things I have on the board right now. What do you have? Do you have the same? Are you looking to position yourself in the same direction? Nothing wrong with it. Let me know. Give me some clues, give me some thoughts, give me some questions. All right, my construction entrepreneurs. Catch you on the next one. Bye.